Ahoy and welcome back to my channel. Okay, I'm going to do a game review of World War Z. This is going to be for my website that I'm a founder of, along with a couple of other YouTubers. It's a game review website called E.G.G Hub. You could look it up. It's still in development, so it's not live yet. But we're looking to put some games together and a lot more content to go. But anyway, I don't want to hold too much onto the website that I'm doing. So I'm going to do a review of World War Z. Now, I'm not going to like it to the movies, like a lot of journalists have made mistakes in doing. I'm not going to like it to the movies or Left 4 Dead series, as you're all probably aware of. I'm going to give opinions based on the actual game itself, because that's how I believe game reviews should be done. It shouldn't be compared to other things. So, I'm not going to say either, though you can probably guess, what console. That's one thing we're going to focus on. I'm not going to even announce what console we're doing game reviews on, so because that should be relevant as well. So then we move on. Okay, BG4G Hub has a special review system. I like to think it's original, but it's to keep a balance, so the scoring is done equally. And there's five criteria for this. Each is scored out of 20. The 5 criteria are story, lore and plot, longevity and replay value, fun and enjoyment, originality and innovation, and then finally issues and value. Those are 5 sections there. Each is, as I said, scored out of 20. So 1 to 5 is poor, 6 to 11 is average, 12 to 16 is good, 17 to 19 is excellent, and a 20 is a perfect score. Okay, and then all those 5 scores are then put into a total, which will give a score out of 100. Okay, so moving on, let me just give a brief description of the game. I won't go too much into detail about this because this is a game review website and review, and I don't think anyone really cares about the nitty gritty of who's involved and etc. Anyway, it's developed by Saber Interactive. The game was first announced in 2017, so it's done quite well to turn it around in such a short period of time. It's a 4-player cooperative game, and it's inspired obviously by the 2013 film World War Z. The game features over-the-shoulder third-person shooter, and it's also got cooperative combat against large numbers of zombies, which you will see through my gameplay. But you can also play defensive traps and such. And the game is also set in 4 settings: New York, Jerusalem, Moscow, and Japan. So moving on with the game's criteria, and the first is story, lore, and plot. Lore and plot are generally put there into multiplayer games because they may not have a deep set story like, say, The Last of Us or even Red Dead Redemption. So multiplayer games generally don't have that. So lore and plot is there just sort of a parachute for them, so you can score them on sort of kind of equally with those games. So moving on to World War Z. World War Z has quite a good sort of plot to it. What you do as your character goes through each zone, I'll take New York, there's three different set pieces in the zones. So as you're travelling through New York, you've got an overall storyline for the 3 combined set pieces, but then each individual set piece has its own little plot. Then there's lots of characters involved within this, as well as your characters. There's lots of NPCs, and the narrative is actually quite good and quite funny, and sort of pulls you into the world. So with all that said, I would score the story, lore and plot a 13, which comes up as a good score. So the next criteria to cover is longevity and replay value. Now, replay value and longevity covers things like character development, customization, stuff like that. Now, World War Z has fairly good customization. As for characters, there's various characters to choose from. I think about 16 in total. There's 4 for each country you play in, and you can choose whatever character you want. You're not restricted to only playing one character, even if someone else chooses that character. As for weapons and equipment, you can't, going back to characters, you can't unfortunately at this stage customise your character how he looks or anything. But you can customise your weapons. Now, as you go through, each class you can pick has different weapon options. You can pick up weapons as you go along, and then as you train them, you get different skill levels in them, and you can adjust them and buy points and spend money on them. There's this thing called a merit system in it, where you get sort of, it's like a money system, and you can basically upgrade skills and weapons. In this example, weapons, you can upgrade your weapon, so as you get more points, as you get higher level in it, it goes up a level, and you can have things like a scope to it, then you can have extra ammo to it, stuff like that. So you can upgrade all the guns in the game, and they look good. They change the overall prospects of them, and then when you play them in game, you can actually see the different effects they have, obviously damage and that, but the way they look differently, and you can sort of see someone that's played the game more by just seeing their gun. Like, but my character, for example, in it has a really big shotgun now, with loads of add-ons because I've maximised it. There's also equipment in the game, so each class has different equipment. There's like frag grenades, masking gas grenades, Molotov cocktails, C4, claymore mines, supply bags, stun gun, stim pistols. And then finally, you got the skills. So there's 5 or 6 classes, I believe, possibly more. Just trying to lose off the top of my head. There's the fixer, there's the medic, there's the gunslinger, there's a explosive expert, and each of these has different skills. And as you progress through your levels, you get the merit point system where you can spend it on different skills you want. But you can only select a certain amount of skills. You can unlock, say, 20 skills, but you can only select 6 of them to take into the game. But that's sort of, I like the way they did it. It gives little benefits and bonuses, so you can sort of min max as well. And if you are playing the same character, at least you can cover 2 different sort of areas. You're not both sort of mimicking each other. Oh, and before I move on with the scoring, the game does have a multiplayer mode, i.e. PvP mode, so you can play against other players. And there's various modes of that. So we've got Swarm Domination, King of the Hill, Swarm Deathmatch, Scavenger Raid, and Vaccine Hunt. And obviously these all have the zombies in as well. So I mean, Swarm Deathmatch, you're fighting against other players with zombies attacking you. It's quite fun, and it's a good sort of change to the original sort of genre of these type style of games. So overall, I would score the longevity and replay value with this, taking into account all the customization. I would score it. I would give it a 15 out of 20. Okay, now fun and enjoyment. This is where a game like World War Z comes into its own. The game is intense, gripping, exciting, funny. This is the kind of game you can sit and play for a long time, just for the fun factor alone. Especially with friends, you can have a lot of fun in this game, a lot of enjoyment to be had. Just the different levels. The game has 5 levels, I think, 4 levels, from obviously easy to very hard. And the game, just partnering up, teaming up, all of you jumping on board, trying to crack all this game on the hardest levels, I can imagine will be very intense and very exciting fun, which I can't wait to do with friends. At the moment I'm going through it sort of with randoms online, and I've made a couple of friends already from playing the game. But overall, the game is very, very fun and very enjoyable. So with that said, I will give it a 17 out of 20. Okay, and now the originality and innovation criteria, the review. I'm gonna score this. See, World War Z is not very original. If you like this genre of game, you can know what to expect. There's not really anything innovative other than the zombies, the climbing zombies that climb up walls and such and climb everywhere. That is just incredible to watch and just mad and manic at times. And the customization for this style of game is probably a bit original, as well as the zombies thing. But overall, the originality and innovation isn't anything spectacular to write home about. So I'm going to score this a 10 out of 20. And finally, we touch on the last criteria, which is issues and value. So issues and value is obviously the issues, any glaring glitches and problems with the game, and value is the value for money. So I'll start with issues. Issues, there's no real glaring glitches or problems. The only problem there might be is with matchmaking. Sometimes, I don't know if it's other players don't know how to ready up in the game. It's quite obvious how to do it. There's a big button that says ready, and you just click on it. But it seemed to be hanging for a long time waiting on players. I've even been in lobbies for a good few minutes and other players have quit out because the other people weren't ready up. I'm not sure if it's a new concept to them or what, or if it's just, I'm not too sure. That's the only real problem I've had of it. So, other than the glitches, there's been a glitch where they had a creeper that we couldn't find, so we had to quit out of the game. Other than that, I've had no real problems. So the game runs smoothly. The graphics, I would say, are on a level of Division 1. So the graphics good, the sound and gameplay is great, no glaring issues. Value for money. Now I bought it for £30 off the Microsoft Store in the UK. So value for money is very good. A £30 game for this game is going to keep you going for a long while. You could easily play sort of another style of game, pay 60 quid for another like sort of minded game and get nowhere near as decent content and stuff out of that as you would this. So with all that taken, all the issues and value and costs and everything taken into account, I'm going to score World War Z a 17 out of 20.
The base commanders held security cards.
So we're searching corpses.
So here I am at the overview of World War Z. To take into account all those criterias and using the BG4G Hub's special original review scoring system, this game is rated 72%. That's how I've scored it. 72%, if we look at my review scoring system, out of 100, 1 to 30 is an avoid, 31 to 55 is room for improvement, 56 to 75 is enjoyable, 76 to 90 is a must buy, 91 to 99 is game of the year, and 100 is the masterpiece. So 72, this puts it nicely under the enjoyable category. As I said, the game it's a nice little stock piece, excellent value for money for its price, so I recommend buying it if you've got a spare £30 sitting in your account. If you're not into this genre, you probably won't like it very much. As I said, the story's not deep, but the gameplay is terrific and fantastic. And the game is very fun and excellent to play with friends. This is the kind of game that it pulls you in and will keep you involved for a long time. So yes, so that is my reviews. Thank you all for watching. What I'm going to do now is just leave you with some more gameplay so you can watch a little bit more of it so you can really make up your mind. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye for now.
Enemy mines on the ground. Gates bolted from the outside. It's the only way to reach the bunker.
A little C4 would crack that open. We're clear to the bunker.
The bunker is up the hill on the left. Spotted a lurker. Screamer's bringing in more. Who's got the security card? Placing a mine. Adios. Thanks. Claymore going down. Going to the big gun. I'll get it open. Open every door in the bunker! Do it now! Oh, my kind's a hammer! What do you got? Come on, you sons of bitches! Placing a mine! Gas bag! Strike one gas bag! Talk to me, gringo! I'm going as fast as I can! Ah!
Got one on me!
Everybody in! Now! Everybody in! Now! I'm closing the doors! Focus your fire! Auto turret is live! Over me! I see a gas bag! Drop the gas bag! We got him. Heads up for a lookout! The other door! It stopped! Try it again! We've lost power! Wait, there's a backup generator!
Where?
Down this tunnel! Machine room! Under the... They're all over me! Huh? This is a goddamn shit show! Doc, you need to find a place to hide! And stay on the radio! Jeez. I got plastic explosives!
We're screwed if we don't start that generator!
Placed an auto turret! They're coming!
Put the screamer down!
Got us a defense kit! We got a ball! Clear for now!
Screamer!
I'm through pissing around! Screamer down!
Eyes on a marker!
Reloading! The doors are closing! Claymore going down! Placing a mine! Claymore going down!
inside the tunnel! We're penned in!
Swapping gas bag!
I think I can crawl to an electrical room and shut the fan. Get you a way out.
Do it! Gringo, stay put!
Get him off!
Can't get up. We got
Need
wounded.
medical. Save my ass.
Come on, bitches!
The fan's off! Go through!
Everybody in, now! The bull never wins, mate. Reloading! Get on a panel and switch. I set it on Curé. I need a drink.
I'm down below in the command center.
We've got to move quickly. What's the status? We're full power. Network is solid.
Yeah, it's going to work.
We'll cover you so you can do your thing.
I can't do it alone.
Okay, well, what do we have to do?
We've got to power up the array.
Trigger up the startup on the console downstairs.
Knocking them down.
No more lurker.
Holy shit.
Eyes open for a lurker.
How's that? Come look at this. Swapping out!
Protect the dock.
This'll do.
We need to align the dish. Activate the console to spin up the motors.
Placing a mine! Stay close. Lurker nearby.
Done!
Hey, look over here.
Claymore going down! Spotted a lurker! Stay...
I'm moving to the next console.
Placing a mine! We've got a lurker!
Watch that goddamn lurker!
Hold your ground!
Lurker's back!
Come on!
Man down!
Somebody help! I'm down!
We gotta shut him up!
Medic!
We got wounded!
Medic!
I see a gas bag!
Help!
Hazmat down!
Down!
What's with you? Reloading!
That's what you get!
Heads up for a I can get to Lemonsgate. Done! It's working! I've authorized the key I can use with any laptop. Get to the roof and radio for evac. The air defense
Cover
grid is down.
Greenwald!
Placing a mine! Phoenix, we're moving to the roof.
Oh!
This should hold us.
Phoenix! Do you read me? Phoenix!
Shooting up with the stim. Got a defense kit here. Phoenix! We need immediate evac! Phoenix! Gas bag! We got a ball!
Gas back down.
Claymore going down! Lurker in the zone! Ugly mudder! Placing a mine! Swapping out!
Look, Phoenix! Do you read me? Phoenix!
Grid is powered.
Claymore going down!
Mayday! Mayday! Phoenix! Alpha, I read you.
Think fuck. Defense grid offline. Get your ass over here.
Alpha, I am inbound. Look here.
They get too close.
I think these panels over the floor grids.
I'm on a tear!
They're on the other side! All coming in!
Claymore going down! Come on, you sons of bitches! If they get inside,
They're on
these
the other
control panels will open the fan grids. Disgusting. Turn them into dog food. If they get inside, these control panels will open the fan grids. We got Zeke on the other flank!
Alpha, on my approach, you've got a massive swarm heading in from the north. Thousands. They'll break the uplink.
If they get in, Doc, can you fire the laser remotely from the chopper? Who's next?
Theoretically, yes.
Coming from the other side. Not too shabby.
Get it off!
That's right, bitches!
That was too close. will open the fan grids.
Touchdown, let's go!
Get us out of here!
Shit! You...
They're gonna overrun the base!
Gringo, how long do you need? Holy shit!
Hold on!
Great God Almighty!
Well, it works.